Hey guys, it's Jim here, and today's last episode of Straight Out of the Box is going to be a PRS, but it's an older one that's been out of production for a few years now. This is really cool and this is special to me because I got this from the first shop that I got my first guitar and my first amp, which the actual box is sitting up against, the Music Man from Parkway Music in Clifton Park, New York. They were cool enough to set the thing up the way I kind of asked them to. Well, hopefully they did, and we'll be seeing how the thing goes from there. We're going to be using the Princeton, and I'll be letting you know what I think about it. Pretty cool they have their own boxes. This is a 2008 CE-22. You got cool stuff in here. Still got the original sticker. It's still got the tag. Okay. CE-22, wide fat, Dragon 2 pickups, July 3rd, 2008. And this was originally strung up with 9s. This has 10s on it, for sure. And these CEs used to come with a hard shell case. Okay, we're good to go. I had this thing tuned down half step to E flat because that's my idea with this guitar. It might not stay perfectly in tune, and I'm definitely going to try the vibrato because one of the things I requested from Parkway as part of the setup that they include was to have it a little bit on the looser side so I can get a little bit more of the feel that I kind of like. It's not going to be the Jazzmaster vibrato, but if I can get in the ballpark, I'll be a happy camper. And other than that, just kind of a little bit of relief, not a ton in the neck itself. We'll start off with the neck pickup, Princeton, cleanish. Not gonna do it. This feels really good. I kind of tweaked the volume a little bit more on the Protein just to boost it up a little bit. And the other thing that's really strange, you won't know this from watching the video, but the print on this shirt, we're gonna have to change the people who make these shirts, is actually sticking to the guitar a little bit, so it's kind of messing with me. But the neck profile on this is great. I really wish they would have named it anything else other than Wide Fat. I think a lot more people might have been willing to give it a try if that was the case, but those are days of the past. No coil splits on this guy, but it sounds great. I'm going to try for a little bit more of a surfier, well, kind of surfier kind of tone here, and we'll see what we can do. We'll go to the neck and the middle position specifically, and just try and a little bit ambiance, so to speak. I love this guitar with gain, but I'm kind of expecting of that. The Dragon 2 pickups, I like the neck pickup a lot. I don't like the bridge so much clean. When I was going through and I had the reverb up a little bit and I was kind of rotating between the pickups, and I dug the middle position. I thought that definitely worked. The neck is a little bit lower output. That also worked. The bridge, it was like really aggressive. Perhaps if this still had the ability to be split, maybe I'd be a little bit bigger fan of it for that style of music, especially since the big highlight to me, and this is the biggest thing that I immediately noticed outside of, the actual violin carves. This is a full-on core guitar, not like the new CEs that are available in terms of how these things were made. There's just bolt-ons. Other differences have to do with the actual inlays. These are dots, not moons. But I digress. The vibrato unit that comes on this is substantially better than the one that comes on the S2 models, the SE models, and the CE-24 models. And yes, they all come with the same one. That's not to say they're bad, but you do notice a difference between them. It's kind of like if I go from Squire vibrato on a offset guitar like a Jazzmaster or a Jaguar, and then I play an American vintage one. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a big difference. And the other thing that I think is worth pointing out here, I tuned this guitar down a half a step at the beginning. This was shipped to me in E, roughly, just standard tuning, and I wanted to play half step down. I was using the bar a bit and really swelling up. And if I just play here, how close are we still? A little out, but all in all, this thing held tune really well, considering I had just changed the tuning on it. But really, the feel of it, it's fantastic. Not going to really comment on the tuners. I don't have much to say about those, but the neck feel is great on this guitar. It's really great. And I think the reason that I like this one, and I've kind of taken to it, is this feels a lot more at home to me than the Custom 24 or the CE-24 ever did, like immediately. And it all has to do with the spacing of the frets. Yeah, this just feels like a classic vintage guitar. Not too much to it. The only difference is that this has the PRS 25-inch scale length, whereas Fender's going to have 25.5, and Gibson is going to have 24 3/4. So it sits roughly in between, leaning more towards the Gibson. But man, this is awesome. This is really good. Perhaps if this ends up being a keeper, the bridge pickup, we'll go for something a little bit lower output. Dragon 2s, I think, are like 14K in the bridge. That's, for me, that's way too much. Not so sure about the neck pickup, though. I think it works really well. But as a whole here, man, the full violin carve, that color is gorgeous, too. This is just classic instrument. Scrape binding also included. Really, the only difference, again, between this and a core from that same generation is the fact that it's a bolt-on neck. And it's got no bird inlays. Although they did make a few of these with bird inlays on them. I'm rambling. That's it for today. Let me know your thoughts below. I really like this guitar. I feel right at home with it pretty much straight out of the box. And yeah, I'm going to continue to play. If I don't see you, we're at the end of the video. At this point, we're not evergreen. So I hope you have a happy new year. There will be one more video surprise tomorrow. But outside of that, love and appreciate all you guys. Wish you nothing but health and success in your lives. I don't know why I said that last part, but you know what? I do mean it. I'm out. Take it easy.